Testing, mic check. Cinnamon buns, cinnamon buns, cinnamon buns. Hello, friendos. My name is Nez, and once again, we are back at it again for some more Arknights, because today, we're doing our story reading stream for a Kazdelian rescue. Yesterday, we did our gameplay stream. We did a few pulls, just a cheeky 50 pulls for Nymph, who I'm completely neutral about. I don't really know what I feel about Nymph. Doesn't really attract me visually, nor gameplay-wise. But we got her, somehow. And she's now part of the squad. Now I have to level her up. Great. Even more resources sinking to a character I might not use. Or I might find a way to use. I don't know. But anyway, we're back. Just logged in. I have maybe like 4 hours of sleep because I stayed up this afternoon reading some manga, catching up on a few things, finishing up a few things. I'm really bad with remembering manga names, but I remember the premises of what I've already read. So I started this new web manga about this high schooler that eventually became eventually became a big actor, while his high school crush, high school love, died. And now her ghost is haunting him. And they're working together to fight off evil spirits. Kinda sweet, actually. I don't remember the name. And I started this new romance. I started 2 new romances. One of them seemed like it was drawn by the artist of 100 Girlfriends. But I checked their portfolio and it seems like this is probably their first work. It's about a big brother figure who's come back to his hometown as a teacher who made a promise to 4 of his childhood best friends, who also happen to be girls, and his students, and they're hopelessly in love with him. Meanwhile, he's actually acting like a responsible adult and being like, "No, I am your teacher. This is not what's supposed to happen." And it's a really fun comedy. Like, it's really funny for some reason. The jokes really land. It's good for some odd reason. Hopefully, I don't want to see another harem like this end up the usual way. There are only a few ways it could ever end up. They either choose one, or they go some sort of creative route, like giving every girl their own canon ending just as a cop-out. I want to see this one at least. It seems so funny and wholesome that I don't want him to pick any girl in the ending. I want them to go on a high school journey of self-discovery through going through their first loves and not actually ending up with their big brother figure of a teacher sensei. That would be great. Will it though? I don't know. It could either go 50-50 when it comes to harem mangas like that. So there's that. What else did I begin reading? There was another romance one I began reading. It's more of a fluff manga. Apparently it already ended, but the scanlations haven't finished yet. It's about a shy girl. Wow, that narrows it down. No, it's about a really clumsy girl who's really clumsy. That narrows it down even further. And then the guy who helps her out every day, and they develop feelings for each other. Yep, definitely narrowed that one down. It's really cute. I have no idea what the name is, but I'm really good at remembering the premises of manga. That's it. Hello, Landrock. So today, our plan is... I was originally just planning to just, do our story reading stream, but we have some news. We have something to actually react to. Because we got a new event for CN, which will come to Global in 6 months. But a new event in CN to react to. A new Sarkaz event, right as we're having our Global one. So there's that. Okay, let's just finish up housekeeping. I just woke up, logged in. I need a bunch more. Wow, I need a bunch more bars. Hell shit, I don't have any. Okay, wait, let's just dump people into the dorms while we play and react. A midnight in. And then... there we go. Whatever. Okay. So that's that with my base. Time to check my recruits. See if we got a 5-star or a 6-star tag. Nope, that's gravel. At least I got commendations. Thank you. I'm gonna need that. That's Orchid. None of these are 5 stars. Low light. I'm gonna need a lot more gold certs if I want to clean out the shop for my free pose. That's Midnight. Get out of here. Don't want to see you, Midnight Beagle. It's still 50-50 whether you're gonna end up dead or alive. It's a gacha game though. They're probably gonna keep you alive because they have no balls. Top operator? No top operator. Top operator? No top. Oh my god. I don't know how long it's been since I've had a top operator tag. There's that. Okay, I think that's everything for housekeeping. So it is time to react because we got a new trailer for a new event happening on CN. It is called See You Soon. I don't know if this is like a sequel to this event that we're having right now. It's a Sarkaz event. Somehow, after the Victorian arc ended, Hypergriff decided, hey, it's time for a Sarkaz event. A couple of them, actually. So, let's just turn the music down while we bring up the new side story PV for See You Soon. And we're gonna see a familiar looking face or silhouette that we've seen from PV4. Hold up, wait, why is there a weird yellow bar? There we go. Let's turn this down a bit. Ooh, roses. Candles. Oh, wait, whoa, whoa. Wait a minute, what? I did not expect this to be a continuation of Victoria. Wait, huh? Hold up. No? I thought this was a Sarkaz event. It is the Sarkaz event. We got a reveal of a new guard. Entelekia. I don't know if it's still too loud. Entelekia? We're getting so many prologues to the Victorian saga. Not just one. Covering... what? Covering Siege. We're getting another one for Eblana and Tallulah. Finally, Tallulah's back into the mix. Then we got our skins. Oh my god, Hypergriff did not forget. It's Matoi Maru. And then we got our girl, our dear girl, and then Bagpipe. The most wholesome Bagpipe skin. And then we got a Valentine skin for our lad. Shoes event coming back. What is that? An Epoch skin for what's his face? Lots of flower motifs. A lot of things doing with roses. Matoi Maru finally got a skin after 5 years. They finally remember that some 4 stars do exist in the game. Let's turn on some music. Let's run that back a little bit. Let's try to dig a little deeper into that. Let's try to do a frame by frame. She's an ageless operator. I know a couple Matoi Maru fans that would have lost their shit. That Hypergriff finally remembered. Okay, Eblana, somehow back into the story. The Victorian arc was so long and so convoluted with so many parties participating that we need multiple prologues for it. Not complaining, by the way, I love the Victorian saga. It's my favorite arc in Arknights so far. Tallulah with her sword. We have Noel. I'm pretty sure we saw Noel somewhere. Somehow, this is not the first time we've seen of him. You wonder who will become an operator first? It's gonna be Tallulah. Eblana's not a playable operator. She's a villain. She is never going to become a playable operator. It's eventually going to be Tallulah. Somehow, I don't know, for some anniversary. So we have Noel, who is Victorian. That is Victorian, right? With the griff? No. Wait. I think that's Victorian. This is definitely Victorian. Medic. What kind of medic? 5-star medic. Male Knights Enjoyers. Once again, eating really good. does he do? Can't tell much. He's doing medic things. He's just tapping his cane on the ground. He has a suitcase. Got it. Then we got a reveal of our featured 6-star Entelekia. Now that's a vampire woman if I've ever seen one. Also, another new child for Ask. This is Ask, right? Ask is Surtur's artist. So, Ask has always been a fan favorite artist just because of how well they render their characters' thighs. I was just about to say that when my eye was like, woo, okay, I caught my eye a-looking. So, she was one of the silhouettes that we saw in the PV4, right after Chapter 14 ended, to give us a big tease of what would come next for year 6 of Arknights. It's kind of fucked up that both Entelekia and TT from Pepe's event were both teased in PV4, and yet Entelekia was only one to become a playable character so far. TT, not yet. We have to cope for another year that she'll come back for the next Sargonian summer event. Lowlight, why do you seemingly have a thing against dark-skinned characters? Hypergrip never beating the allegations, by the way. So yeah, Entelekia, the name, very interesting. Because, I mean, the most relevant media that we've had so far that references Entelekis, it's probably FF14. Entelekis, what does that mean in FF14 again? It's like in FF14 an Enteleki is a being that is super empathetic. I think that's what I remember. They're like mega ultra empathetic, and they can sense ether, dynamis. Lots of gacha games have issues with skin tones. It's crazy. Yeah, I always say that it's a medium is a message moment where gacha games exist primarily to make a profit off of East Asian territories where they primarily market to, and unfortunately the characters that they have to sell to those demographics have to adhere to East Asian standards of beauty. And unfortunately, in a lot of parts in East Asia, darker skin is very much viewed as unattractive compared to paler skin. It's one of those it is what it is moments. I'd lie if I said you care much about yourself, but it's sad in general. I mean, thinking of it from a selfish gooner perspective, well, why not think of it as, well, we've seen a lot of attractive gacha game characters with light skin. Let's widen the buffet by including more variations of skin types. But somehow that's not included in the menu for monetary reasons. So there's that. We have Entelekia. Now we saw that her scythe is a reverse scythe, which is extra unique. It's like a huge ass question mark. She has a white rose on her scythe. She has a lot of rose motifs. Obviously, she's a vampire. Duh, she's going blah with that hairstyle. Blah! I still haven't gotten to watch the new Nosferatu movie. She's morbing out. She's morbing out with that hairstyle. Also, she has a cute little bat pet with a white bow tie. Look at him in his cute bow tie. Is this gonna be another Beast Lord? Why does she matter again? You haven't fully read the last main story chapter? You don't mind spoilers? She's nowhere in any of the previous chapters. This is the first time we've ever seen her. But supposedly this is like... We have very few vampires in the story. One of them is closure, the other is warfare, and the third is a really, really bad person on the royal court. They're the Sanguinarch, they're the Prince of Blood. They're really, really bad. And this is the first vampire aside from the three of those that we've got introduced to. And they're also going to be a playable character. So I'm thinking that she's introduced, I don't know, to continue off. Oh yeah, Midnight. Midnight's a vampire, but we don't talk about Midnight. Midnight's not a story important vampire. He's too busy being a host club fuckboy. He's not a story relevant vampire to the main plot. And Telekia seems like she's going to be a story relevant vampire, at least when it comes to Sarkaz and the vampire Sarkaz. So there's that. Especially after the end of chapter 14 with what happens to the Prince of Blood. So I don't know, maybe she's gonna become the new head of the vampires, a liaison for the Vampire Royal Court. I don't know. I'm just spitting. So there's that. And you ask waifu, very nice. She has a beauty mark right under her eye. We need more characters with moles. More characters with beauty marks and moles, please. Just because some people don't even know that Myrtle, beloved Myrtle, Durin Myrtle, flag bearer supreme, destroyer of worlds Myrtle, has 4 moles on her face. Some fan artists don't even get to capture that. They don't know! Myrtle has 4 moles on her face. We need more beauty marks and moles on our characters. She's also a guard. I don't know if this is a new type. Is it a Reaper guard? Seems like a Reaper guard. The drop of blood is throwing me off. Has that always been there? I have no idea. Sight alone makes me think she might be a Reaper guard. Let's see if we can get some tidbits on her gameplay. Okay, this is her E2. A lot simpler than what we're used to. It's there. The background is a lot simpler. Why? Why does she have a veiled woman silhouette in her background? Also, she's wearing shorts. Ask once again, killing it with the thigh rendering. Thank you very much, Ask. Can't glean too much from any of these. The huge veil on the crown and the veil seems interesting, but can't quite tell what that's about. Also, are those mechanical wings? She has wings on her sides, but they seem mechanical, not organic. Does she have a tail? Are vampires the type to have tails? I don't think so. I don't think Closure has a tail or Warfin has a tail. Once again, a new addition to Guard Knights. So let's see her gameplay. She do a slash-in. Can't glean too much there. She seems to have roses in her attack animation. Well, hold up. Oh, she could hit behind her. Okay, so this is her skill. One of her skills at least. Skill 1 is always just an attack boost. Skill 2, she can make a 3x3 slash on another ally plus herself. So she could overlap on a tile. Now, either that could be great. Just like how Reed can overlap her damage, and that makes her the largest single target damage dealer in the game. Or that she won't have the damage for it. Either the numbers line up or they don't. But sure. I wonder if this is just passive or it goes on for a while. Oh, it goes on for a while. It just spins around. Okay, that gives a lot of potential that it might be a high single target damage dealer for a single tile if you could stack it together, just like Reed. Depends on the numbers. And then, for her skill 3, she could hit 2 columns in front of her. So that's 1 extra column aside from her default range. She slashes forward. things seem to be on fire, or maybe that's just the chimeras that she's fighting. Wait a minute, chimeras are coming back. They're bringing back the chimeras from chapter 14. That means this is gonna be a what? Continuation of the Confessarius subplot? Okay. Can't seem to glean too much from that. There was one big slash. She does a secondary slash. Is it the same? One. Okay, she's probably gonna do that for a set amount of time. That's her gameplay. We got books. We got another piece of art. See you soon. So we got her in the background doing shushing. We got silhouette of Amia, Tallulah, and Ablana. Okay. I mean, this might as well be another prologue to the Victorian arc. Because we have like one main character. Wait a minute! Is that Kelsey I Spy talking to her? Great, of course. Well, wouldn't be surprised that Kelsey is here. Kelsey is also going to be part of the story. What else can we glean from this image? There are a bunch of birds. Are those birds? Yeah, they're birds. Coming off of the scythe. There's our bat standing on the tip of her. Her Reaper's like a reverse scythe with a halberd on it. Okay. Jesus Christ. The Zetai Ryoki. Oh my god. The thigh squish. Ask? Are you trying to kill me specifically? Jesus Christ, look at that thigh squish. Also, when we first reacted to this character's silhouette in PV4, I mentioned that it's kinda weird that she has red gloves. Red gloves are very important in Arknights because we've only seen red gloves very sparingly on a couple of characters. We've seen it on characters that the Black Snake has possessed. The Black Snake wears gloves. Keshe? So, maybe she might be Keshe? It can't be. She can't be the Black Snake. Maybe I'm just tripping. But the last important character I remember wearing red gloves is Keshe. They can't be. They can't be it. They're big bad. And then we have our skins. We have Frosted Steps for Matoi Maru. It's an epoch skin, so this will depict Matoi Maru in her daily life, in her past. Epoch skins usually depict the past lives of operators, usually in casual settings. So, yeah, this is from when she was in Hingashi. She was living there with the Onis. Even the lanterns have horns on them. They have Oni horns on them. Okay. Was Matoi Maru important? That important to the Oni people? When are we gonna have a... Aside from Monster Hunter Hypergriff, when are we gonna come back to Hingashi for a bigger event? Come on. Aside from Monster Hunter. Sent from Ognisko, we have a skin for our dear wife. You saw the Nezeru King on the window? Pretty sneaky. My man Nez Salem is back. Hell yeah, baby. We got an Epoch skin and a bunch of German in the background. I don't speak a German. 1803. Casual dressing. We got a bunch of soft, small animals at the bottom. She has a huge flower halo. We've stepped it up Because she can't wear a crown over her huge ass horns, she has a halo. Biblically accurate, by the way. Biblically accurate waifu. And then we have Echo of Bagpipes. Wow, that's blunt. Bagpipe with a summary skin in the wheat field with a bunch of squirrels just munching on things. With a, what is this? Foxhorn looking beastie that grabs some gloves. There seems to be a scarecrow of horn in the background to scare away the feathered beasties. The most wholesome looking bagpipe skin. Meanwhile, her racing skin is like, Jesus Christ. And then we have a full CG which could be seen painted on the Sistine Chapel. Dorothy hugging a tiny little animal. We have a new addition to our Valentine's Day skin line. The Unveiling of Devotion. It's a free skin. Coming for, I forget his name. Who's that in the background? I don't recognize them. Male Knights Enjoyers. Eating good. The announced shoe rerun. And then, got an Epoch skin. Coming back for our lad from Shoes event. Okay. Armpit. No comment. Aside from armpit. Just gotta give one for the armpit freaks, by the way. For equal opportunity here. Bunch of kites in the sky. Bunch of tomatoes. Hello, hello. Powika? Powilka. Hello. We're currently reacting to new side story BV for CN. Even though it'll only come to global in 6 months. We got a new skin for Wenqing. Male Knights Enjoyers, eating. Modules coming for these two. No more modules. Okay, just these two. And then we have the usual. We're getting new Annihilation Sages. We got furniture and all the like. Okay. So there's that. So far, I didn't expect it to be a Victorian Arc prologue. Epilogue. But I'm here for it. So, with that said, it is time to actually start our story reading of A Kazdelian Rescue. This is probably our very first modern day story set in Kazdel so far. All the other stories have been way in the past. They've been teasing Kazdel for a long time. Now we'll return to it eventually. And here we are now. And apparently, it involves a few very interesting faces. Of course, we have the featured 6-star nymph, but well, it seems a couple familiar Sarkaz faces are also making an appearance. Finally, some Mudrock content? Mudrock back in the story after a long time since the reunion arc. I mean, she was barely part of the reunion arc. Last time we saw Mudrock was in Twilight of Volumund. And then we got Tin Man, who's one of the last revenants who escaped Big Grandpa Revenant, who's now stuck with Wishadel. So we get to see what he's up to back in Kazdel, apparently. So there's that. Okay. Let's turn off the cursor so we don't see it in the actual cutscene. Falling like fireworks. I think this should be short enough that we could finish the entire story within one stream. If not, I guess we'll continue during the weekdays. If it doesn't last, if the event doesn't last until next weekend. You must be bored of nights like this. The ones where the damp cold fog creeps up on roaring fires of the furnace, Ash permeates the air, its choking stench of a constant assault on the nostrils. Haven't read these, so gonna have me read them in the background for you? Got it. Hard to imagine being able to sleep like this, cramming a whole day's worth of work into an all too short dream, before awakening to find that things remain unchanged. A black city, black stones, black clouds, and a blood-red flame ensconced in a furnace. So that is the Revenant Furnace in the middle of Kazdel, unchanging since time immemorial. As we've learned in recent memory, it was Grandpa from Chapter 14, Grandpa Revenant, who collected all the Revenants spread across the land, dragged them back into Kazdel, and threw them into the pit to keep the Revenant engine aflame. No, this is not particularly conducive to a good night's sleep. At the very least, conducive. At the very least, something should fill the dreary silence. Something like... So that's a smaller engine. The bigger engine in the background is Big Revenant Flame. They're all around Kazdel. There are these Revenant engines just powering the place up like a bonfire. Kazdel, residential district. In case we've forgotten that we're in Kazdel, the capital of Kazdel, within the territory of Kazdel. The fire of the soul furnace is Kazdel's sun truest. It dries our children's clothes, warm our warriors' hearts. I'm sorry, I'm tone deaf. Docile bird and beast. She stamps the hoof to the beat. Moo. There's no better place in Kazdel than the plaza by the furnace. Those singy little hawkers haggle with some loser mercs. I'm absolutely tone deaf. Who the fuck do you think you're mouthing about? Your singing stinks, going on all day like a broken horn. We didn't lose to the Victorians. We had to, what were those again? Fighters console themselves, calling it a tactical retreat. Right, it was a lactical retreat. Defeat. But even his burdened beasts know his knapsack is now empty. His daughter's not seen him in years, and now looks at him funny. The crowd warming by the furnace node begins to laugh. Suddenly, an ear-piercing sound rends the air. The laughter abruptly stops. The warrior's an angry mangler beast. His hands like claws reach for my throat. Won't someone come save me? Ugh! Oh, she will. Over here, my savior comes. And then we have Nymph. Overwhelmed girl. The ceremony starts in 5 minutes. Knock it off. What did I say about putting your music sheets in the cord and snap string? Get your clutter away from the furnace already. And you, Steel Skull, back off from the cord in a bit, unless you want your bird and beast buddies to burn their fur. Ah, it's you, Nymph, joining in on the fun. Relax, this broken furnace only spits out sparks. I'd know better than you, right? Settle down. My head nearly got crushed, but now I do recall. I wanted to give the souls in the furnace one last farewell song. Only warms itself by the fire. I get it, not everyone's 30-something like you, but things are about to change. The furnace used to burn revenants for power, but we're about to switch to a new source of energy. Wait, what? Oh, don't tell me they're gonna toss Originium in there. Wait a minute. Where are they switching to? What do you mean we're no longer going to eternally burn the souls of dead revenants? Not really dead revenants, more actual revenants. What do you mean we're no longer going to burn the life force off of revenants? What? Ethical green energy in my Kazdel? Hermes says tonight's ceremony will be really, really important. to get the revenants to come out. If something goes wrong and the furnace goes boom, oh, we could just slot the revenants out like a battery. This wasn't an eternal torture session for them that Grandpa Revenant trapped them in? Steel Skull, are you even listening? I saw much worse out there. Even the feline's cannons barely even singe these guys. So what's a rinky-dink oven gonna do, even if it blows? The fire is just right tonight. Might as well get my blade reforged. Harumphs, happily. Why won't you guys just listen? She makes a pouty emote. Nymph is a pouty girl. Fine, I'll do it myself. Hey, don't tug on my burden beast. Wah! They'll think you're playing with them and knock you into the dirt. The unreasonable is now reasonable. You bully so you don't get bullied. Our ancestors have seen enough. They're about to go flying free. Ah, that's dumb. Sarkaz don't bully Sarkaz. Oh, you sweet summer child. Ow, that hurt. Plaza's packed. Are you really gonna tell everyone to go home one by one? You'll need more than one set of legs. Can't you just, I don't know, use your jowl powers to scare them off in all one go? No, nuh-uh, that's simply out of line. Sarkaz don't bully Sarkaz, remember? Also, you should never ever treat a Dial's powers so lightly. So she's a Dial, by the way. It's a certain type of Sarkaz we've never seen before, which has its roots in Hindu mythology. But apparently, they're going more of a, I don't know, a succubus type of route here in Arknights, seemingly. She can control people or at least influence people. Okay, no wonder you're the kindest Dial. Ah, maybe the nicest Sarkaz in all Kazdel, Nymph. Go break a leg. Nymph looks behind her at the Furnace Node Plaza, filled to the brim with raucous singing, peddlers hawking their wares, and hammers beating on weapons. In the distance, the Soul Furnace towers above, belching out an acrid, thick black smoke. A careful listener could hear the faint screeching of the revenants. Kill me. For the past 200 years, day after day, it has sent energy to the furnace nodes, which then pass the energy on to countless homes in Kazdel. So it's like electric posts. How much suffering the Sarkaz go through? Nice chilling moments like these are welcome. Yeah, we just ended a big war. I don't know what will happen to the revenants after the ceremony. Come to think of it, I don't know what a revenant even looks like. Neither do we. Actually, wait. No, it's more black mist. We've only seen more black mist. Revenants are kinda formless. They could possess machines. Speaking of Remnant, when is 10 Man coming in? I promised Ermi I'd make sure the people in this neighborhood were safe before the ceremony started. Why can't the Sarkaz and Kazdel just do as they're told? What is the meaning of this? Are you going to let me finish reading or not? Another fit? Oh good, why don't you milk this out all night? It's not as if you're the one paying for the ceremony, are you? Who is this talking? Who is this? Oh my god! It's Grandpa Lichlord! From, Lithanian. He's back in Kazdel because the Liches finally decided to return to Kazdel. Right. No wonder the Liches are gonna be part of this plotline. And the future plotline, actually. Wait, no, not the future plotline, this plotline. Fremont. Enough. I don't like being here and inhaling these noxious gases either. If you could all be a tad bit more cooperative, we could get this over with and be on our separate ways. I shall just carry on from where I was interrupted, not that any of you were listening in the first place. The duty of the soul furnace nears a close. The torments of thine burning body hereto shall end. Thus under the eyes of the myriad souls do I pray. If I could offer a comment, though the ceremonial recitation states pray, you ought to know that this is more of a notice. They're evicting the revenants out of the soul furnace. Also await these rites in peace. Spread not thine suffering means pipe down and don't cause a ruckus. Things are rather hectic in the city right now. If you could wait until I have a moment to spare, I will give you the pomp and circumstance you need. Please exit the soul furnace in an orderly fashion. When the time comes, do as you will, whether that means going home or staying here to help. Hell, get into a fight if that's what you want. Just don't tear down the city walls while you're at it. Did you get all of that? Speak up if you did. Your rights mean nothing. We have waited and suffered for too long. You threw us in this place, into this furnace. Yes, those are the voices I'm gonna give to the fucking revenants inside of this goofy-ass furnace. Too long, the burning, the scorching. Yes, I understand you've been through a lot. Just to be fair, I didn't throw you in there, and we, the sarcasm of today, are not ungrateful. What we're doing at this very moment is trying to get you guys out. So pipe down! Millions upon millions of nights, traveling through the dark, my kindreds, my screams have been drowned. Young Lich, a mere child. Insincere, insolent, ignorant. Still your tongue. Cease your lies and get thee gone. Ah, fuck. You better do as you're told if you know what's good for you. I've tried to keep this civilized. Act your age already. You're over 10,000 years old. Silly ass revenants. As the wizened Lich rants and raves, a stray glob of slag splashes across his face. Ermengarde! My Lich wife, Ermengarde! Master, is everything alright? The gauge indicates that the furnace's energy output isn't stable. Is something the matter with the ceremony? Do you require my assistance? Stay back. You're not needed yet. Fucking hell, mark my words, if these geriatric fools aren't taken care of by tonight, I'll be Manfred's personal shoe shine. Manfred, why are you still alive? How have you not yet paid for your countless war crimes yet? Have you not yet been killed by Ascalon? The fact that you survived the whole Victorian saga seems unbearable. Unbelievable. You make Ascalon look worse by the breath that you leave behind. General, you've been standing guard all day. You should take a rest. Now is the pivotal moment of the ceremony. Nothing can be allowed to go wrong. Take your positions. If you notice anything out of the ordinary, report to me at once. Yes, sir. It seems Kazdel is somewhat chilly this time of year. Wishadel? Is this a flashback? Hey, you really ready to meet your old pals? No, this is not a flashback. Wishadel's actually heading back to Kazdel. Bring along Grandpa Revenant, who stuffed everyone in there. That's gonna be a reunion. It's like, hi guys, I know I stuffed you in there 200 years ago, but... Today's a crossroads, the end of an endless history. Their sacrifice may not have been willing, but it was their agony and torment that fueled Kazdel for thousands of years. Strike that. Thousands of years, not just 200, thousands. For that, they have my utmost respect. Not willing, You were the one who caught them and threw them back into the furnace in the first place. You think they'll manage a nice, peaceful chat with them? Her Highness has restored my sanity and given me charity. My mind is no longer shrouded in haze. My heart no longer gripped by senseless rage. Let me see them. I will try to quell their anger. It was I who began this age of suffering. It is only fitting that I end it. Huh. Here's hoping you can. What is this silly duo? We have Grandpa and Sarkaz Descendant. Oh, their souls are roasting in the furnace. They've got emotions of every sort. Will they really be able to wave goodbye to their old metal home? Hey, you! Stop gawping at the furnace like an idiot and start gawping at my wares like a genius. If you don't like them, you've got no taste. Come take a look, girl! Oh, you again. Fat Wallet! About last time. Her name is Fat Wallet? I repeat, her name is Fat Wallet. Oh no, are you hurt? You should watch where you're running. Oh, this is Fat Wallet. The girl makes a face and sticks her tongue out at Nymph before peeling off into the distance. While you're short of... Oh, she is Fat Wallet, okay. While you're short of customers, Fat Wallet, you need to get your stuff outside of cordon. Out of the cordon, I can help. Fine by me. Not like I've got any customers. Really? That's great! I'll get started then. Gonna need payment first though. If I have to move my whole stall, then you're gonna have to rent the spot for me. Rent? But this is an empty spot by the road. Well, it's mine now. It's a good spot by the furnace. Lots of slackers hanging about. It's warm too. You can get your 3 squares a day here without having to waste energy at home. It won't be cheap. Anyway, that's enough free talk. You want anything more out of me? It's gonna cost ya. You're getting in the way of my business here. Hey. Nymph looks to the soul furnace with worry. It might be her imagination, but the smoke appears to be getting thicker. A job only I can do. Sure, Ermi. My purse has been pretty light lately, so this is a lifesaver. What do you need from me? Repairs? Looking after bird and beasts? I can do a little bit of everything. Oh, she's talking to Ermagerd, our lich wife. Her nickname is Ermi? Oh, I would never ask you for something so trivial. Oh, kind and considerate nymph. It'd be a terrible waste of talent. Let me think. What should this position be called? Neighborhood officer? Neighborhood officer? Alright, I may have just come up with that title, but it's really important. You'll be the friendly neighborhood solver of any tricky issues. As you know, ever since the Victorian business, we've been dreadfully spread thin, and maintaining order in the streets is becoming more difficult by the day. But when it comes to making sure everyone's safe, you're one of the best. You're Kazdel's most considerate Dial after all. I am? But okay, I get the idea. Make sure everyone's safe. Just leave it to me, Ermi. I'll do my very best. Yay. Fat Wallet, if I rent this spot from you, you'll move outside the cordon, right? That's what you said. Let me see my... You're getting scammed! Oh, the kid you bumped into stole your purse. She was a distraction. Fat Wallet was a distraction. She was working with the kid. There we go. Wait, it's definitely on me somewhere. I must put it in my other pocket. How could this be? Maybe I forgot to bring it with me when I left the house? Looks like I've got a fool on my hands. Maybe you're a nice, honest soul. Nope, there's no such thing. So fool you must be. My purse is gone. And the ceremony's almost over now. Fat Wallet, please move your stall away, please. If you don't move, then Steel Skull won't either. Then everyone's going to get burned by the furnace. That big lummox's still holding a grudge. All I did was store my goods in his house while he was out fighting. Not Like he said I couldn't. I looked after that daughter of his for years. Him, he slinks back from Victoria, tail between his legs, completely empty-handed. You think I babysit for free? You looked after her. You raised her to be a fucking thief. I gave her a name so I could send her off to learn and read and write, and you ruined all that. You got a point. Wait, please stop fighting. The furnace, the cordon, there's no time. Ah, that's my purse. Please don't run. Shenanigans ensue. Nymph is tripped up by the girl and lands face first in a puddle of mud. Bystanders chuckle as they help her up. Covered from head to toe in muck, she glances dejectedly at the quarreling duo. Everywhere she looks, people are going about their business as usual within the cordon. Even the pushover wandering singer is sitting cross-legged, composing a new song by the light of the furnace. No one respects the neighborhood officer. Oh, what to do, what to do. What she wants is really simple, but now she finds herself in a pickle. So we have a whole ass ceremony. Bring the revenants out of the furnace. And Wishadel's here. You done yet? What's taking so long? Wasn't the last few times real smooth? If you can't hack it, just step down and let me. Hey! Who even let you up here, Wishadel? Did I not instruct Ermengarde to keep everyone away from the ceremony? It's bad enough that you're here. Did you really have to bring that one along too? You've been floating up there forever and nothing's happened. I came because I was worried about you. You came because you wanted to rubberneck. As for being worried about me, best you worry about yourself. What's to worry about? I wasn't the one who stuffed our ancestors in the fire to roast like sweet potatoes. Good. Those who dare speak to a revenant in such a manner tend to meet an unhappy end. The murderer returns! Is it him? He must pay! Make him pay! Pain, agony, forsaken, all his debts. How dare he? Silence, all of you. Listen to what he has to say. Debt. I owe you nothing. It was all a necessary price to pay. Then why did you not stay? And why did you not throw them in too? Then why did you return? I'm here to pick you up. Your duty is at an end. I've come to welcome you as you leave this cramped purgatory. Ridiculous! Laughable! It was you who threw us in here. You who left alone. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you return? So brazen and condescending. I will see you pay the price. I will see everything burn in the raging flames of this furnace as we did. Please do not burn down, Kazdel. I understand your anger. I will face your wrath. Now, I just want you to come up and see Kazdel today. Come and see. See the city you devoted yourselves to. It is proof that you lived. You have no place to say that to us. No, wait, you the one called the eldest of revenants? Why have you become like this? Why did you turn into guns? Floating guns? Huh. You need not feel sorrow for me. My shattered soul has been burnt away. Nothing is left. Eldest of revenants, why? Why are you in a cannon? No, it's more like a Sanctagon.
Our vaunted elder, trapped inside a sanctagon.
Well, now they're laughing. What are they arguing about, old man? Translate it for me.
I'm not entirely sure it could be called an argument.
Huh? Why so quiet all of a sudden? They hashed things out already. Maybe don't blast your ash in your guest's face. What the hell was that?
Based on my prior dealings with these fellows, that would be the equivalent of spitting in your face.
Huh. Me? What did I do?
Fuck!
Hey, you old farts, what gives?
This. You are all beyond reasoning!
A bunch of boomers just fighting with each other.
What's going on?
General, our cannons, they've started charging on their own. I think it's the remnants of the Revenant fragment in the core. It's
starting up our guns, is it? What's the target?
Okay, Grandpa Revenant is just readying the cannons to start blasting on the soul furnace. If I'm reading this right, it's targeting the soul furnace.
Quick, cut all power.
And so Grandpa Revenant started blasting. If they don't want to come out peacefully, I guess this is one way to drag them out of the soul furnace. Just destroy it. Fantastical lights explode and streak across the night sky like a rain of fire. Just another day in Kazdel. Cold, weary, and unchanging as ever, Kazdel silently absorbs their fiery descent. There is always someone awake, yearning for a glimpse of something different from a small patch of night sky outside their window. Something like a sudden violent burst of fireworks. The furnace! Faint distant shouting. Who fired that cannon? It was Grandpa Revenant. My roof! Darn it, I just fixed it a few days ago. Where'd that big rock even come from? What's that burning smell? Ow, my head. Hot, hot, hot.
Dang it.
Wait, what? Huh? What was that? No, I don't have time to worry about the roof. Everyone please listen, the accident is definitely connected to the ceremony. The soul furnace could restart at any moment. For your safety, please evacuate outside the cordon immediately. We're just gonna ignore that. We just gonna ignore the evil, ominous-looking shadow over her face. Clang, clang, clang. The mercenary mending his weapon keeps hammering away without even looking up at the fiery sky. Come one, come all, come and take a look. You're blind if you don't buy anything. You all really... Just ancient sarcasm swearing die already. Hey, yo! Hey, yo! She's not completely wholesome. She just told them to kill themselves. Steel Cole's hammer stops mid-swing. Fat Wallet shouting stops mid-sentence. And the Wandering Singer's guitar string snaps mid-pluck. Uh-oh. She told them to video game themselves?
Girl, what did you just say?
I said... Are you deaf?
Oh, what?
For the sake of everyone's safety... Burn, burn, I'll burn you all into ashes. Okay. She's a bit... she's a bit psycho.
Hey, calm down. Oh, what are you even coming over here for? My clothes and burning beasts are Oh, wait, it's flammable.
He's right. Don't do anything crazy. Get behind the corner now or else.
Cowards who flee from battle.
Thieves who steal from their own. Lowlives who indulge in pleasure. Idlers who shirk their duties. I'll kill you all. Kill, kill. Okay. Or else. Huh? Where'd everyone go? Was she not aware of what she was doing? Just the kindest DL in all of Kazdel, by the way. One by one, the plaza's crowd turned their heads, staring at Nymph in disbelief. Steel Skull frantically tries to drag his burden beast out of the cordon, while Fat Wallet packs up her stall with surprising speed for someone her age. Nymph feels something bump into her belly. The girl who stole her purse shoves it back into her hands and runs off as fast as she can. The wandering singer now stands meekly outside the cordon area with his sheets under his arm, as if he'd been there the whole time. Wow, that's... Nymph scratches her head, setting free the glimmering fragment that had fallen into her hair. It still retains the heat of the furnace it's unduly ejected from. Wait. Was it the fragment talking? Wait, was it a revenant talking? As it tumbles out of her hair, the strange voice in her head cuts off. It was a revenant! I thought she was just psycho. Nope, it was just a revenant. Never mind. It was just a revenant possessing her for a bit. Nymph, can you hear me? Nymphy, hey. Is that you, Ermi? How come I can't see you? Look at the mirror in the little box I gave you. Wow, Ermi, how'd you get inside the mirror? Didn't I tell you when I gave it to you? You must have missed the instructions I wrote again. Lich creations aren't easy to understand. Besides, if I'd ever need to use it, you'll help me. So what's going on? I saw a really big explosion over by the furnace. Something went awry with the ceremony, and now the ancestors are throwing a fit. Get this. The Revenant on the airship got into a fight with those in the furnace. No shit. Are you okay? I'm fine. A little explosion like that couldn't hurt me. My master is still counting on me to run errands for him, though I have a bit more on my plate than I can handle. As for the furnace, it's still intact, and there haven't been any further issues, but the furnace caused another problem, and I might have to ask you for help again. I'm just glad you're alright. Whatever you need help with, just say the word. We need to hunt down all the bits of slag that got ejected from the furnace and see that if they have any revenant fragments in them. Like the one that just scared off the crowd. Revenant fragments? Are they dangerous? A lot of people seem to have been picking up the shards that fell from the sky after the explosion. They are? Wait, they are! Which is why Master wants me to find them as quickly as possible. The revenants in the furnace are restless now that they're missing some of their kind. Oh, great. Now we have to collect the pieces scattered around Kazdel, which is causing chaos. As for the revenant fragments that are scattered, they're like ticking time bombs. We don't know when they're going to stir up trouble. But don't worry too much. Judging by the number of revenants still inside the furnace, only a handful of fragments have a revenant riding along. Fewer than 10, in fact. Finally, some good news. I was thinking about how long it'd take to find every single bit that fell from the sky. Well, unfortunately, that's the difficult part of all this. We have no idea where these fragments fell. They could be anywhere in Kazdel, really. So what do one of these revenants look like? To be honest, I haven't had a proper look at one either. It shouldn't be too hard to identify something with a revenant riding inside it, though. It'll influence the emotions and senses of the people around it. Would they happen to be surrounded by wisps of smoke? Maybe they sparkle and flash too? Yeah, something like that. Then you might want to look at this and see if this is what you're looking for. Though I haven't felt it influence my emotions or anything. Girl? Are you at home? I'll be over right away. Whatever you do, don't give that thing to anyone else. We're lucky you're a Dial. Ah, okay. I'm by the furnace near my house, so come as quick as you can. This little rock sure is hot. We have to find 10 boomers that got lost in modern-day Kazdel. Ermi, you're back! What did your master say? Good news is that it really was a Revenant fragment. Master's already placed it back in the furnace. The bad news is that we might have been too quick with retrieving it. Why is that a bad thing? Shouldn't we be putting them back right away? Wait, did your master compliment you? Even if you have him figured out by now, yeah, he did. And every time he does, he's almost always building up to bad news. You know how I have to inspect goods going in and out of Kazdel every day, organize patrols, arrange repairs for the holes in the furnace, and even inventory all the stuff he brought back from Lithanian? He's already running me ragged, and now he wants me to... Ermi, did you try telling him that you're already swamped and that someone else should go to gather the fragments? I did tell him that. I even told him the only reason we found this first one so quickly was you. And then, did he change his mind? Why are you looking at me like that? Wait, Ermi, hey! Nymph? Help me out again last time, I swear. I really have too much to handle and that old tool really doesn't care. Please, you're the only one I can count on now. But... you just need to find all the fragments and bring them back. I'll give you a nice big reward if you do. I know you don't really lack anything, but I guarantee it'll be something you really want, and it's something only I can give you, not even my master could. Well, don't keep me guessing. Just say what it is and I'll think it over. I can't tell you too much at the moment, but don't worry. We liches are generous people. Is that really the proper attitude to ask for help? Anyone else would have walked away, but not this silly Dial. She just lets you walk all over her. So fine, I'll help you find these fragments, but you have a map that can show where they are, Ermi. The kind with the little black dots floating around. Do you think liches can just conjure things from thin air? Why would I have something so strange? But you have a point. You'd be chasing your own tail if I sent you off to find the fragments with no help. Not to mention that you don't have anything that could actually contain the Revenant fragments. Pass me that box thing of yours while I think for a second. Are you gonna lock them inside of a box? I'll need some time to give this a few upgrades. Head home and rest for now. Once I'm done, I'll come find you. I thought this was a super urgent task. Oh, I wouldn't go that far. Once you have the right tool, you'll save far more time than the few hours it'll take me to make it. Fine. I still hope you can think over the map thing a bit more. I'll put my box over here. See you later, Ermi. A way to detect revenants. To isolate them. What if I dismantled this part? No, that won't work. Ermi, I'm heading back now. I'll wait for your good news. Oh, alright. Bye-bye. Does she know? Does she actually know how to trap them? Or is she just swinging it? Liches are always so quick to jump into thinking mode. I really hope she doesn't become like her master one day. I've got important things to do tomorrow, so I'd better get some rest. I wonder how many people will dream about those fireworks tonight. It's still so hot, like trying to hold a roast sweet potato fresh out of the oven. Can't imagine how hot it must be in the furnace. It's nice to meet you, ancestor, sir. I don't quite know what to call you. You must have been burning in the furnace since my grandparents were still little. you really gave it good to that crowd just now. Nymph walks over to a quiet corner of the plaza and sits down on some steps. I should probably put you back where you belong, but getting to meet you was really something special. I'd better tell you what I need to say quick. I've always known you were real ever since I was young. Everyone said you were just stories to scare little kids, but I always believed. Back then, there was a Babel camp right by my doorstep. Mom and Dad never let me wander too far, so I was always looking for the camp's doctors to play with. My favorite fairy tale was the future the Babel doctors told me about. And then, my Babel friends left without warning. One day, I'd go look for them, as usual, and there was just the field. I was really sad, so I cried and cried at the furnace node in the plaza because everyone told me the underground pipes connected to it would carry my voice all the way to the great big soul furnace. Now that I've seen or heard you, I feel so happy. You really do exist, and you've been protecting us and all of Kazdel this whole time, and...
Noisy.
Sorry. Nymph's eyes widen as the shadow slowly seeps out of the shimmering slag. It is barely a wisp, as faint as a cicada's wings, but at least he doesn't sound as angry as before.
Shabby.
You mean our neighborhood? Well, it is kinda nice once you get used to it.
Barely any improvement.
Improvement? Oh, you mean compared to 200 years ago? Right. You've been in the furnace all that time. Maybe this is your first time out. Nymph stretches out her hand that the slag is resting on, allowing him a clearer view of the plaza. The first view he's had in 200 years that did not include flames. See, Ancestor, Revenant Sir? This is where we live nowadays.
What's that sound?
Snap string singing. The instrument he's holding is cobbled together from scraps. It looks like a guitar, but I don't know what it's called actually.
And the mercenary.
You mean Steel Skull? He's had a few drinks and now he's dancing around his Burden Beast battle buddies.
What of the army?
Do you mean the military commission? Maybe do you see that big airship flying overhead? I heard they're up there.
Rest.
After a long period of silence, there's only one word the slag says. Nymph doesn't quite understand the meaning. Not too far away, the wandering singer plucks at the instrument and begins to sing a song farewell, as promised. Well. Seems we only have 9 more revenants to look for. Next story. Streets on the way back. A different character. I came to you to help some big shots solve your problems. You won't find a shoddier district in all of Kazdel. I have a group of real good workers willing to help build a furnace node. Think about it. With just a supply of power, this district will be able to transform. People will have to work to keep themselves fed and won't cause trouble anymore. You sound plenty confident. What do you want from me? Steel for the pipes, right in the middle of the district. You can have your people keep an eye on it if you want. Trust me, you won't recognize this district in 3 months. You see those guards watching over the steel? Do you believe me now? It's the bosses who ordered the furnace node to be built. There's plenty in it for you if you work for them.
And?
I want food. Enough to feed a decent team of workers. I know you guys have plenty. Bring it to the warehouse there. We'll have enough space. Trust me, this is a good deal for you. You see the food in this warehouse? Come help build the furnace and everyone gets some every day. Better than robbing people on the streets. At least you don't have to worry about getting your skull split open.
You've got guts, kid. You want to hire mercenaries to work for you?
You're big, tough, and not afraid to break a sweat. You'll make great workers. Listen to me, and I'll make sure you all do well for yourselves. Better than you're doing right now, at least. Who is this sly talking child?
Good morning, big head. Came to get your clothes. Your collar would have been charred if you came any later. Don't you dare call me big head. Put away that crap you picked up. Don't fucking pile shit up on my front door. Oh, just one night. I'm selling it to the boiler guy later. Won't bother you, not that much anyway. The hoodlums would have stolen them if I left them at home. But no one in these parts would dare have their finger in your pie. You're talking today. Aren't you going to work? Didn't you hear that nasty noise last night? A rock this big fell right on top of the construction site. If I went to work now, I'd have to move that rock and fill in the crater. Why would I want to do 3 times the work for the same amount of food? Say, you're up early? You going somewhere? Just in the mood for a morning stroll. Well, don't go to the south side. It's a mess. I was out there cutting wires in the morning, and when I heard the big hunk of iron fell from the sky, straight through somebody's roof. They hardly started grinning when the broken horn showed up. Now there's a handful of gangs wanting to trade that iron for food. Everybody wants a big piece, and they're all almost fighting over it. Over iron? Is it valuable? Iron isn't valuable only when burden beasts fly. Those broken horned hardheads would draw their blades for half a hunk of black brick. They'd have torn the house down if the consultant wasn't there to keep them in line. Well, they'll stay in line with the consultant watching over them. Don't say I didn't warn you. And, I would take the long way around if I were you. You see those 2 over there? Where?
Our colorful waifus.
You know Nymph. Don't know the other one. She looks like a lich. Those 2 were keeping order around here before you came back. A lich? What are they doing here? Isn't she worried about getting her nice shoes dirty? Might be Nymphy's friend. Look how they're laughing together. There's a boiler man. Gotta borrow your cart, big head. What did you just say? Big guy. Have a nice stroll. Got junk to sell. I'll let it slide this time. You share half the money you made. Now just wait a second, big guy. It's not like I don't want to share with you. But what's money good for in Kazdel these days?
If a revenant fragment is too big, press this red button on the back until the box becomes big enough to hold it. And do not poke your head inside, no matter what happens. That's pretty much it. There's a manual inside as well. Any questions? You really don't have a treasure map that can show revenant fragment locations in real time? I told you, liches don't grant wishes. Making arts creations is serious business. Here, put this on. The lich arts inside will detect nearby revenant fragments and emit an alarm when you're close by. The box looks like a mercenary communicator. Be glad you got that. I was planning to make the case out of scrap paper. But this doesn't look much more serious than a treasure map. Hey, I was joking! Give it back! I have to keep an eye on the first repairs and review the books that my master gave me. I'm counting on you to find the revenant fragments, Nymph. Of course, that's what friends are for. They were right. You are the kindest, gentlest Dial in all of Kazdel. Who says? There aren't that many Dial in Kazdel. I'm just helping out a friend. Well, you get back to work. I gotta go myself. Time to go look for the other boomers. Are you sure? Is this where you saw the meteor fall? Yeah, this is, the place. But Ermi's detector isn't reacting at all. Do you remember what the meteor looked like? Some of them were round, some of them were bumpy. There was more than one. The wonderful smell when roasted on an open flame. What? Leaves the skin on, soft and fluffy, simply lip smacking. Ma'am, what are you talking about? Go inside. They're only open in the morning, and they'll stay open for you. I'm looking for the meteor, not mercenary potatoes. The stuff that the fireworks dropped last night? Fried rice? There's no fried rice. Never mind. I guess I might as well ask the mercenaries. Get some rest, Granny. I'll bring some roast potatoes next time. Oh, thanks. I like mine a little charred. Nev keeps walking. Courtyard is not big, but there are a lot of things here. Mercenaries who are back from the front lines have set up camp. Simple ovens bake in the corner, with embers still smoldering inside. Hello, is anybody here? Aha, new character! Leisurely passerby. You're too late. Oh, what? I bought the last bag of roast potatoes. Come back tomorrow. I'm not here for the potatoes. We met twice before. That was during the Civil War. Guess you don't remember. The roast potatoes are pretty good. I could give you half if you want. No thanks. I'm here for the meteor that fell last night. You're after that piece of iron? Well, it's not here anymore. The Broken Horns didn't get what they wanted at the veterans' home, so they got a few gangs together to bring it to their own turf. The commotion lasted all morning and nobody mended the hole in the roof. You said a few gangs. Did they all touch that piece of iron? A dozen or so folks must have touched it. Maybe 100. A few wise guys tried to scrape some iron with their fingernails. Are you shivering? Do you need a potato to warm your hands? I'm fine. Go on, don't be shy. I can spare that much. Thanks. You said that they went to all that trouble for a rock with some iron. Doesn't that sound a little weird? I think so too. The young Broken Horns seemed really obsessed with the iron. They just wouldn't leave it alone. You have any idea what's going on? Let me think. Now, why am I asking you? It's not like you live here. Yeah, I haven't been to this district in years. I don't know it well. Where can I find the Broken Horns? Go straight until the end of the path, turn right, and keep walking until you reach Burning Tail Junction, where the cherry trees used to be. You'll see it. Thanks. Say, what's your name? They call me... Well, you can call me Paul. I'm Nymph. There is a sudden crack of thunder in the dark sky, but no raindrops fall. The sound echoes through the walls, rubble, and buried pipelines. The thick and heavy shell begins to peel off, revealing the original texture beneath. Oh dear, look at the time. It's been a pleasure talking to you, but I have to get some veggies from the vertical farm. Gotta rush. Bye. Oh, okay. The young Sarkaz carries his shopping bag with his tail and strolls leisurely into the alley, showing no signs of a rush. Burning Tail Junction. Cherry Tree. I remember the place, but I thought the cherry trees were cut down before the Civil War. Tin Man! Grandpa Revenant number 2? Tin Man finally appears in the story. I smell fried potatoes. Where are they? Can Tin Man even eat? Here we are. The street still looks the same. There used to be a huge piece of originium crystal here.
Did they move it out, or do I remember it wrong? Oh wait, is this? Returned mercenary. Is this odd passerby? Beansprout said things were bad here, but I haven't seen a single hoodlum yet. I should sock him one when I get back. My house is just around the corner. She used to stand guard here. I'd get a good beating if she caught me running out into the streets. What's the point of looking for it, though? It's been so many years. People come and go. Somebody else probably lives there now. What would they think if I said it used to be my home? They'd probably think I was crazy or an idiot. Not like I can come back and reclaim it as mine. Just a quick look. That'll do. Go around the corner and get your look. Then get something to eat. Just another day. Wait, where's the house? Just a wall. Where's the roof? Who tore down my house?
What are you shouting about, silly big guy? Shouldn't you go home and roast some potatoes? What are you doing on broken horn turf? They'll strip you naked, you know.
Whose kid are you? Who taught you to talk like that?
The girl in the window does not answer. She makes a face and wags her little head. The mercenary sees the black rocks growing out of her neck.
This is broken horn turf. How?
Don't you see the red words in the wall? Oh, don't tell me. You can't read. It says, traitor. That's what they say happens to guys who get on the wrong side of the broken horns. Hey, don't go. I can teach you if you want to learn to read. I've got nothing against you head sellers. The mercenary stops in his tracks and turns around, looking up at the girl from below the window. His yellow muddled eyes make it difficult to hide much emotion.
What's a head seller?
That's what the broken horns call people like you, wearing a jacket like that coming back from the outside. But the girl who taught me to read won't let me use that word, she says.
Where could I find the broken horns?
What is this subplot? Hey, stop right there. Who are you?
2 days and the broken horns got you blind. I'm here for the gang meeting.
Gang meeting? You? What are you talking about? This isn't your barbecue stall. Since when do cooks get a seat at the table?
Is your dumb ass healed up? You want me to get the consultant?
I don't see him anywhere. Where are you gonna find him? Boss says the meeting starts after 3 bangs in a steel bucket and no one gets to go in.
I'm not deaf. It's only been 2 bangs.
Oh. That's 3 there. Huh, you know what? I'll take a little pity on you. You wanna go in? Give me 3 roast potatoes tomorrow and I'm not paying for them.
Sure if you dare. Take a guess what extra seasoning I'm gonna put on them.
Hey, hold it! Did I say you could go in? What are you looking at? I'm not talking. I'm talking to you. Me? I'm here to listen. Get lost. There's no place for you. See this? A fire poker. A knife made from a horn. It's really sharp. Ouch! That must have hurt. Why would you poke your own finger like that? Here, I have a bandage. You get lost. She is too kind. She's too kind for this cruel world. This should be the place, but how do I get in? I've heard that the Broken Horns are a bunch of unruly young kids, and now... Come on, Nymph, think of your friends. Could anyone help? Not this one, not that one. This one might have influence at a gang meeting, but I don't think she's in Kazdel anymore. What about the consultant? All the gangs in this district listen to him, but I've never seen him. I don't know where he lives. Wait a minute. Was that kid we saw a while ago the consultant? I should just wait here. He's always the one officiating the gang meetings. I'm sure he'll come by. Meanwhile... No one's coming! Are you waiting for someone, Miss Nymph? Oh wait, it's this guy. Pole, did you get your veggies? I was a little late. All they had left were sweet potatoes. That farmer's a grumpy one. He doesn't let you pick. It took a lot of sweet talking to get a few decent looking ones. Wow, sweet potatoes can get this big? The ones I know aren't even a third of the size. The only way to get ones this big is to try your luck at a vertical farm. But I hear the farmers keep the best one for themselves. Anyway, what are you doing here? I was trying to see my luck to see if I could run into the consultant here. The broken horns won't let me in, but they wouldn't stop me if I was with the consultant. It might not go down quite like that. Do you know the consultant? I asked someone to get in touch with him, but I never got a response. So you're waiting for someone you've never met? How would you recognize him? That's why I said I was trying my luck. Maybe he'd know me. Is that piece of iron really so important? Not just to me, it's important to everyone else here. I have to bring it back to the furnace. Yes, you saw it too. The fireworks last night. They came from the furnace. Wasn't the appeasement ceremony in progress then? Are we talking about revenants? But why are you here? What about the liches? Huh? You know all about that. Just my luck. I thought I was imagining things, but this is even worse than I thought. You've been standing here for a while, right? How many times did they bang this steel bucket? 3 times, I think. The gang meeting just started. I shouldn't have spent so much time shopping today. It may not be too late. I think they'll wait for the consultant. Fair point. Gang meeting without consultants, basically brawl. Well, it's your lucky day, nymph. Or maybe unlucky day. Come, let's get this trouble all fixed up. What? No, wait, you don't even know what's going on. I'll tell you my theory on the way, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. He is the consultant. Pole is the consultant. Shit, no goddamn way. That courtyard was given to us by the military commission, and the consultant signed off on all the business on the streets. Why should we move out just because you say so? Calm down, Barrel. This isn't personal. As for you, Beck, you need to watch your words. As if I'm wrong. Ebony? Why should these head sellers be allowed to take our turf after spending so many years on the outside? You were the boss of your gang when the consultants gave them those 2 blocks. You know what? I should have kicked the old man out of his seat sooner. I wouldn't have let the head seller set foot in here if I was in the room back then. Say that again, I dare you. Well, they seem to need a mediator. Don't just stand there staring. Pull them apart. You should get your mouth slapped, Beck. They were out there risking their lives for us. And you, Barrel, stop being such a hard head. Beck could run his mouth all day, but none of it matters until the consultant gets here. Stop defending them, Ebony. Who gives a damn about the consultant? How many men does he have? How many blades does he have? Hello. Not as many men as you, but blades. That's hard to say. Consultant? Consultant! Consultant? Who's it, Yao? Oh, don't mind me, I'm the consultant's assistant! I'm here to help him take minutes. Yeah, my wrist's been hurting lately. You can take her place if you have a problem with it. Oh, I forgot. You can't read. Well, everyone's here, let's get started. Unless someone has something important to do. Not at all, we're all waiting for you on how to decide to split the piece of iron. The cloth over is pulled away, stirring up a cloud of dust. Nymph covers her nose with the back of her hand and squints at what lay underneath. It is a large rock that has been touched by fire and smoke, with broken Originium pieces scattered around the surface. Underneath the cracked exterior are honeycomb-shaped rust marks.
The woman, whom the others called Ebony, takes out a screwdriver and pries a small piece of rust from the crack. Light shines through the smoke upon it, reflecting a faint blue glow. The device on Nymph's wrist trembles as though it just felt a chill. Her originium sensor? So she's already with Rhodes Island. Wait, device on her wrist. No, it's the detector that Ermi gave her. Looks like there's a fair bit of Orion. Is this it? I think so. But Ermi said the detector would sound an alarm. Why is it quiet? The Orion extracted from a piece this big could feed you all for a month. But who is going to extract it? All these little originium bits on it are like mini bombs, if not properly processed. Some of my guys have had an ironworking shop on the Colombian frontier. You'll roast it like you roast your potatoes. Shut your fucking trap up if you don't know what you're talking about. I can always cut it before processing it. That won't work. The originium fragments are unstable. They could go off at any time. We've done business with the furnace node manager over by the western wall. Should we ask him? Didn't you understand? The fragments are unstable. You think he would risk blowing up his furnace? Don't forget where the fireworks last night came from. When the big shots catch you, whether it's a military commission. Or the liches who have a slightly grim opinion of you fellas. You know what's gonna happen. Not my problem if it's your own graves you're digging. But not when you might leave the rest of us starving. Is there no place in Kazdel that would take it? You're not telling us to send it back where it came from, are you? You're getting ahead of yourself, Ebony. We haven't even gotten the Orion out yet. Besides, just because no one will take it in Kazdel doesn't mean no one will take it out there. Some smugglers will do anything, no matter how dangerous. You might take a hefty haircut on it, but it's better than leaving it to rot in your hands. How big of a haircut are we talking? How should I know? It's not my area of expertise. This is what I do as a consultant. I tell you how to cut the cake fairly, but I'm never the one to actually cut it. How can we be sure the difference won't end up in your pockets? What are you saying, Beck? Apologize to the consultant right now. To him, I don't understand why you're so polite with that guy. Have things been peaceful for so long that you forgot where you should be pointing your blade? I say he's in league with the noble masters up in the towers. He makes it so we don't get to fight or eat, so we end up fixing the walls for them. Why would he help the head sellers take my turf? I've lived in Kazdel since the day I was born. Why should I give my house to some slugs who haven't set foot in here for decades? Draw your blade. Nobody's gonna say I killed an unarmed man. Give it a rest, both of you. You can fight it out yourselves once we've got the food. Put your blades down, now! I guess someone forgot what my job is. I just give advice. You decide to take it or not. I know a few smugglers, but let's just say I take some credit for them to handle such a hot potato. Sorry about Beck Consultant, he's still young. I'm not that old either, Ebony. I know some of you don't trust me and think that I am where I am thanks to luck alone. That's fine. We listen to you because we know you know your stuff. A full belly doesn't lie. Only greedy fools. Hello? Okay. It's actually beeping. That's a problem. Everyone looks in the direction of the noise to see the Dial, who claims to be the consultant's assistant, reaching out to the piece of iron with a strange box. She almost has it. Oh crap. The timing. What are you doing? Get your hand off the iron. Almost let you sneak it out under my nose.
What's the deal, consultant?
I've got the door. They're not getting out.
Your rules say the penalty for stealing in this room is a lost hand, consultant. You pick, Dial, left or right. She's not stealing. I asked her to measure the Orion content in the rock. That's right. It's so high it made my detector go haywire. Careful. I didn't hire you to give me a heart attack. Sorry.
I'm not sure I believe you, consultant. You think we aren't watching you. It's one thing to help the head sellers, at least they're sticking their necks out, but working with the tower dwellers, that's another beast. Why would a Dial girl in a pretty dress like that work as your consultant?
These are old clothes from my mom and dad. I just cut them to fit me. This has nothing to do with what we're talking about today. The more important thing here is how we're gonna turn this piece of iron to food, isn't it? How about this? I'll get someone willing to go over the walls to bring some food and take away this ticking time bomb. And then you take your time to figure out how to share the food.
I changed my mind. Food's gone once you eat it. I want blades, or iron, and one hand from this thief. Do we have a deal? Can you extract the Orion?
I won't ask about your connections, Beck. You want a piece of iron, you can have it, but you got to supply our share of food. Do the Broken Horns have that much food?
Then the consultant called this a time bomb. You want food from me when I'm helping you solve a problem? It fell in our yard. Food or iron, the veterans' home takes the biggest share. Ha! Those streets belong to Broken Horns. You don't get leftovers.
We'll follow the consultant's rules. Everyone gets a share. The mercenaries get an additional share to repair their roof.
Why does he get to set the rules? Why not me?
Don't think for a second that we're scared of the Broken Horns, Beck. We'll be arguing for the next 100 years at this rate. If the Broken Horns want this iron, I've said Orion so much, iron, then they can have it.
Consultant.
Let me finish. Any damages resulting from mishandling the Broken Horns will also be Beck's responsibility.
Huh.
As for the rest of you, whether it's food or iron you want, I'll take care of it. Consider it an apology for the little commotion just now. Just come get your share once I've figured out the amount. Not for free, of course. My pockets aren't deep. Any firework pieces that fell on your turf you bring to me, no matter how big or small. Don't be short-sighted. The liches may not be roaming the streets day after day now. They're always watching us. Make sure you understand what you're allowed to take and what you shouldn't even go near.
No objection. I picked up a lot of small pieces, but they're all too small to be anything useful.
How does this work? How much food and iron can we get for the pieces? Excuse me, I have an idea. The amount of iron can be calculated from the purity, but I'll need to take another measurement since I got interrupted. It would be best if I could take a small sample. Paul looks at the nymph with bewilderment in his eyes but nods his head. The others give way for Nymph to take a peculiar hand box to the cracked piece of iron. She takes out a strange rod and knocks on the surface lightly. A small, dull-colored piece falls from the outside. Nymph's box opens slowly, sucking the piece in. When the box closes, everyone in the room feels compelled to look to the window. The skies are still dark, but the light shining in seems to have gotten brighter and warmer. Phew, done. Write your choice of supplies and your name on the paper. And come back in 3 days. You know where to find me. Doesn't matter if you can't write, Beck. You got a whole piece of iron. You're not getting anything else from me. And I'll deal with the territorial dispute between the mercenaries and Broken Horns the same day next month. All of you better show up.
Here's the paper, just like you wanted, consultant. Anything else? Alright, you can get back to your own lives now. Situation diffused. Also, my nose be getting stuffy because of my lack of sleep. Thank you so much, consultant. You're a really big help. It's nothing. I've crossed paths with that lich lady before, after all. It's the least I could do. And please, call me Paul. I didn't expect the legendary consultant to be so young. But the supplies that you promised the people here to get me out of that jam, do you really have that much food in Orion in stock? Maybe. I've stocked up a bit over the years, not sure if it's enough though. Maybe I get a head start on picking up the firework pieces. The clothes on your back are all wet. Really? Well, I guess it is a hot day today. Paul, were you scared? Well... Of course I was scared. Did you see how many men they had? And how many blades? They could have eaten me for dinner if they meant it. Oh, what was I supposed to do? I just wanted to get everyone together and make our lives a little better. How am I supposed to know that things would turn out like this? Oh. He's faking it. Until he makes it. Oh, he's just giving that air. Hey, I'm a consultant. I run things around here. Yeah. I didn't sign up to be the consultant. Calm down, we're safe. You heard that. What? Y'all can read minds, can't they? Did you? It's okay, I didn't peek. Why does everyone think I can do that? It's true that I'm a little more sensitive to people's fear, but it's a very demanding arts. And do you think I really want to hear what other people are thinking? I guess you're right. It's not exactly pleasant stuff you would see in Kazdel. Anyway, did you get what you needed? Yeah, it's perfect. Look. It's so small, but it does look unique. It was surrounded by Orion. That's why the detector didn't react. Well, you got what you came for, didn't you? No, I'm just getting started. My lich friend says there's at least 4 or 5 more pieces in the city and I have no idea where to find them. I was planning on asking someone well connected. But who's better connected in these parts than you? You must know something, right, consultant? I have a rough idea where some pieces might have fallen. I can't be sure whether they'll have revenants in them or not. It's a start. Better than stumbling around the city trying my luck. If you help me find the remaining pieces, I'll ask the lazy liches to reimburse the food and Orion you're handing out. Well, food might be a little difficult, but Orion shouldn't be a problem. There's always parts coming off the furnace during maintenance. Well, I guess I couldn't do worse. Hey, stop tugging on my sleeve. I'll take that as a yes. A little stroll around would do you some good, given how stressed you are. Who said I was stressed? Did you forget I'm a Dial? You said you did. Look. What a cute little sarcasm couple. Okay, so we got our second... Wait a minute, we jumped from 10 pieces down to 5? That seemed fast. Okay, so it looks like the event seems to be long enough. The event seems to be long enough that we'll have enough content for the rest of the week. I feel like... Let's see. So we still got Mudrock's story. We got these 2 mysterious women's story. Then we got Tin Man's story. At the end. I really want to catch up on some sleep, so I think this might be a good place to stop. So, we'll continue next time. I guess it'll be on Tuesday and then on... What, Friday? Thursday. Tuesday, Thursday. We'll continue through the rest of the week because we only got, what, like 6 days left? surely it won't disappear on us, right? Yeah, we only got a few days left before the event ends. 4 days left, actually. 4 days? Yeah, we can finish this off during the weekdays. So anyway, there's that. We got a silly-ass sarcasm girl headlining our newest event. Plus, we're getting to meet a lot of sarcasm faces. Interesting new and old sarcasm faces. We got Ermigerd. We got Ermi. And Grandpa Lich back. We got Wishadel and Grandpa Revenant back. A lot of funny situations ensuing between the Boomer Sarkaz and the Zoomer Sarkaz. So there's that. So far, pretty fun event. But anyway, I think that'll be it for us for now. I want to catch up on some sleep. But until then, on Tuesday, we will continue. Once again, my name is Nez and thanks for watching. Thank you to everyone who stopped by, chilled out in chat, used as a second monitor content, and watched us react to the beginning of a Kazdelian rescue. We'll be continuing on Tuesday and Thursday this week. Bye-bye, friendos.